It's always good to have Joe Cusick of the Cusick Group back on our show, and he always has terrific stocks to talk about, so thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me on.
You really have the stock of the moment. It's Alibaba. Everybody's all abuzz about this stock. Where do you think this stock is going from here?
Well, the stock's been going to the upside, and especially after the earnings that they had yesterday. Stock was up at one point about $5+. Very interesting to see that, especially since the revenues came in 50% higher than what they had done year over year. It's just, they just keep blowing everything off the charts. What's very interesting though about Baba is, and what we've talked about, Angie, on this show, is they needed to prove that the Chinese consumer actually can start generating some revenue.
This is a
right?
China
Not
play,
just
and they're
generate
using
products.
mobile devices to
Yes,
buy products.
exactly.
That's huge
They're
for Baba.
increasing. Yes, it's huge.
Because they're like an Amazon.
Exactly. And so the bottom line is that they're showing that they're starting to hit the Chinese consumer, and the Chinese consumer is actually starting to raise in prominence. That's huge for China. And yesterday I saw a bunch of calls trading on the August 90 strike call line. It looks like someone is trying to make a play for the next couple weeks, and it looks like these shorter term options, with still some uncertainty about where the market's going and where the next catalysts are going to be, they're doing the short term fixed risk type of opportunities. So this is very interesting. I think there's a lot of pluses in this one, and I want to keep an eye on it very
Where
closely.
would you put a price target on Baba, just yourself?
You know what, it's very difficult to say right now, especially post earnings. I want to see this wash out.
Okay.
I mean, you could put a 45-day target, probably somewhere in that, maybe getting into that 100 level to the upside, but I'm going to watch the downside. I'm very leery with volatility so low, the complacency. Yes, there have been solid earnings, but is it enough if, in fact, there is a global slowdown?
Let's take a look at what's going on with Netflix as well. What do you see happening here?
You know what, Netflix, again in the news yesterday, you saw that Baba came out and said, no, we aren't putting in a bid for Netflix. Netflix has some other opportunities. Netflix always seems to be in play.
It's true.
They're challenging the Olympics, though, but it, you know,
Well, it's all about streaming.
It is about streaming.
Disney this week going into streaming.
Everybody's going into streaming.
Everybody's streaming. We're streaming.
Exactly.
Show
So
streaming.
exactly. So with Netflix, I still think that there is some upside, but again, they're playing some shorter term options. In the second week of September, that's the expiration week. We call those weeklies. The September 97 calls, which are slightly out of the money from where the stock was trading, they traded about 1,800 times early in the session, and they continued to trade. That's an interesting play. There is no earnings until October now for Netflix, so they're really trying to play a short-term pop, especially since tech and streaming has gained a lot of prominence. Anything involved around that area is going to have some eyeballs on it.
You also are watching another tech name, and that is Cypress. What do you see in the semiconductor stock? This is a company that makes chips.
Sure, yes, and chip names have been really doing well since basically June, and when we saw that tech started to get its legs and then start to lead most recently just universally, this chip sector has just been doing very well. Now Cypress has gone from its June lows around 9 and some change to about 11, almost $12. It's pulled back 2 days ago. It pulled back about 1.1%. Yesterday it pulled back about 50 cents, so it's trading around that 1070 level. What was interesting though is I saw some September activity start to pick up on the call. On a $12 strike, you actually saw that around that 1500 started to trade. And so it was real interesting to see that type of activity. I want to keep an eye on it. Also, what's notable is that they named a CEO yesterday. And so that now quells those fears of where is the future direction and vision going to come from.
You know, and I think it's all about that NASDAQ right now anyway. So this is just one of those names in the NASDAQ trading. Thanks.
Yep, you're welcome.